Hello. Just giving Facebook a few minutes to find us some people. How you guys doing? Let's see, are we good? Everything looks good. Everything looks good. So how you guys doing today? Wednesday, what's today? February the 13th. Oh, tomorrow's Valentine's Day. I'm excited you're here. Once you get here, say hello. So let me tell you what we're going to be talking about today. So last weekend, I think it was the weekend, I was talking with a client who was a little pissed off. Hey, Mika, share this to your page, Mika, so other people will know about it. So I was talking with a client who was a little pissed off, and she was a lot pissed off. And she was a lot pissed off because someone who had enrolled in her program, who stopped paying her and was dodging her calls, was on Facebook, and they were flossing. They were talking about being here, there, and everywhere. Hi, Aletha. How are you? And she was pissed. And she was like, what do I do? What can I do? And so I thought it would be kind of cool to jump on and just have some real talk. Some real talk with you guys today about business, about what's going on in business, about what to do when this happens to you, because it will likely happen to you. Because there's a lot of people out there who are they're just dishonest. Hi, Damia. How are you? So a couple of things. Make sure you say hello when you get here. Share this to your page, because you know people that I don't know that I should know that are going to want to hear this. Okay. And then number 3, something new that I'm excited to do. So I believe that your business should serve you. You probably have heard me say that 211,000 times, right? You should have a business that serves you. You deserve a business that serves you. I also believe your business should take you places. So I'm trying something new. In the blurb for the live, there's a link. I'm going to put it in the comments too, if I can figure out how to do that. I'm going to put it in the comments too. Hey, Sheila, I want you to click that link because I want to give you a free vacation. I want to give you a vacation voucher so that you'll be able to go. You'll be able to choose where you want to go. You can go to a quick weekend in Vegas, a quick weekend in Orlando, a quick weekend in Myrtle Beach. Click the link that is up there in the top chat for the video. And that will get you an opportunity to go pick a vacation wherever you would like to go. It's pretty cool. I'm excited about it. I'm testing it out. So you guys are going to be the first people that I share it with, because I really, listen, we work really hard in our businesses. We hustle. Well, you shouldn't hustle, but many of you hustle and grind and you don't take time for yourself. And I do believe that self-care is a true business strategy. So we have a few people here. I'm going to go ahead and jump into what I wanted to talk to you about today. So again, I was talking to a client last week. She called me frantically and was pissed off because a person who owes her about $5,000 was on Facebook. I think it was Facebook. They were on social media, so it may not have been Facebook, but they were on social media and they were bragging about a new bag that they had purchased. It was a designer bag that was way more than the $5,000 that they owe my client. They were talking about a vacation they were going on really, really soon. They were just flossing it up online out of integrity because they owed her money. I want to talk today about the elephant in the room. Let me just tell you, this pisses me off because this has happened to me too. And it makes me upset. I could probably count right now. I won't say any names. I'm not going to put anybody on blast, but there are people right now who owe me money for services that I rendered for contracts that they signed. Now, I don't dwell on it. Because everything I could possibly ever desire, I have access to because of the God that I serve. So I don't get caught up in lack. But I need you to know that if you are out of integrity, your results will not be as good as they are. If you owe people money, if you signed up for someone's program and you You filled out their agreement and you agreed to whatever the terms were to participate in their program. If they offered you a payment option as a courtesy, knowing that the full value of their program should have been done when you signed up, and you skipped out on that, shame on you. Shame on you. And shame on those of you who are out operating as if you are integrity when you are not. No good will come to you. I think about Color Purple. You guys who saw Color Purple, you remember that part? I think it was Oprah, and she goes, "Till you do right by me." No, it was Whoopi. It was Whoopi. "Till you do right by me, everything you do is going to go wrong," or whatever it was that she said. Listen, the same thing happens. You might have some success. Some things may go okay for you, but I promise you, it will not be what it could have been if you operated in integrity. Y'all I know for me, it frustrates me. And it frustrates me because I go above and beyond. I give beyond myself every single time I'm working with a client. I cannot think of any time that I ever worked with a client where I just didn't show up for that client. I show up. I ride hard for you. I'm a Scorpio. If you know anything about Scorpios, we are ride or die kind of people. And I go really, really hard for my clients. And so when they stop paying or they don't communicate and they treat me like I have done something wrong to them when the onus has been on them, it frustrates me. So I understand how my client felt. I totally got it. Immediately, I understood how she felt. And I immediately told her that she needed to back up off of that negative energy, that she needed to find a way to get beyond it. So the reason, Mika, I wouldn't have addressed it publicly, because negative doesn't get putting more negative on negative, only puts you in a bad space. They know that they're wrong. They know that they're operating out of integrity. And like I said, whatever they're flossing over, it's going to be ill-gotten, and it's not going to be as successful as they can be. So I'm going to tell you a story. Again, I'm not going to say any names. So I have a former client who participated in a program, went all the way through the program. Because of the person that I am, that I care and I feel, I extended the payment option to be able to support this particular person in their journey to be able to, live. Like, I'm not a monster. I don't think anyone who is coaching or doing consulting or providing any types of services is a monster, because that's contrary to being of service, right? And so in my particular instance, I gave her grace. I extended grace to her, and I continued to serve her. I will not ever do this again. I'm keeping it real with you, right? But I continued to serve this person, although they weren't making payments to me. And then I started to see this person spending money here, there, and everywhere. And I knew that it was them spending money, because I'm not a fool. And I felt some kind of way, because in integrity, I offered grace. And out of integrity, they took advantage of that. Alita, I was trying to read your comment. And I'll come back to that in a second. They were taking advantage of my desire to give them grace and integrity by being out of integrity. And so what I just want to say to those of you who have experienced it, because if you're a coach, if you're coaching and you're working with entrepreneurs or, individuals, it is quite possible that this has happened to you. If it has happened to you, comment, "It has happened to me," in the chat. This is not a forum for you to put the person on blast. We're not doing that here. But I just want to be honest with you. It has happened to me too. And in spite of that, I've been very successful in my business. And here is why. When you are faced with negativity, or you're faced with people who are doing you dirty or doing you wrong, or however you might conceptualize that, you have to rise up, rise above. You have to not give to them what they've been given to you. What I said to my client when she called me frantically pissed off, like, if she was close enough to that person, I think she would have gotten in her car and gone to her house. Quite honestly, that's how mad she was. I said, let it go. Let it go. You need to forgive her. You need to forgive her. You need to trust that God has got you so good that even without what she owes you, you're going to be all right. You got to trust that. There comes a time when You just have to put your hands up in full surrender. A big part of the reason why I spend my time working with my clients on spiritual principles that combine with business growth strategy is because far too many of us understand the significance of spiritual principles in our business. And so I literally told her, forgive her. Forgive her. Like literally right now, run the forgiveness protocol on her. And if you don't know what I mean when I say the forgiveness protocol, then you need to be at Breakthrough. And that means you need to be at the tour, breakthroughbusinessevent.com/tour, which is happening in the month of March. March the 12th will be here in Newark, Delaware. March the 16th will be in Atlanta, Georgia. March the 21st will be in the Washington, D.C. area. And March the 26th will be in Chicago. You need to be there if you don't know what I mean when I say run the forgiveness protocol. Because here's the thing, the longer you hold on to the anger and the resentment of them being out of integrity, the longer you delay your results. And trust this, they might be flossing and acting as if all is well in their life, but trust and believe behind the scenes, all hell is breaking loose. The Bible says, touch not my anointed, do my prophet no harm. And let's just be clear, we're all prophets, right? A prophet is someone who has a message to share with others. Whatever kind of work you do on this planet, you are a prophet. You are relaying messages to other people to help their lives become better. You are amongst God's prophets. The word says, do my prophet no harm. So for those who operate out of integrity with an intention to do you wrong, the Bible also says, vengeance is mine. So you don't need to do anything. You don't need to do them wrong. So I have a client, another client, one of the clients who's on this list of people who owes me money. This client is keeping the lines of communication open to me. I served them fully, gave them what they need. Their birthday was last week. Oh, you're in Seattle. Oh, wow. Their birthday was last week, and I called to wish them a happy birthday, and they owe me money. And you know what she said when she answered the phone? She said, you have got to be the best person on the planet. You have extended me so much grace. There is no reason why you should be calling me and wishing me a happy birthday when I owe you almost $3,000. But yet you are. And you know what? She's going to pay me. I know that she's going to pay me because she has integrity. She has integrity. And what we have to do, all of us, we need to do better when we are interviewing people to become our clients. This is why I don't recommend you putting your prices on your website. Because if your price is on your website, that means anybody can just go and buy whatever it is that you offer any point in time. You need to have a conversation. You know what I really wish? I really wish that somebody would create a blacklist. Like that there would be like a coaching blacklist, and anyone who has ever defaulted on the program, they get put on this list. And it's a list that every coach or consultant actually checks before they enroll someone into their program. And that if they did somebody else dirty and was out of integrity and didn't handle their responsibility for that program, they couldn't join your program. I wish somebody would create that. I wish somebody would create it. Because being out of integrity is not cool. Now, I don't want you to get caught up in it, and don't be, like Mika said earlier, don't be trying to hunt them down and confront them. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Putting negative on negative only gets more negative. And I don't want you to ever reduce who you are, how you operate in excellence and all that you do to the level of someone who doesn't have integrity enough for themselves. Because here's the thing. The investment was never about you. They are investing in themselves through you. You are literally just the vehicle, the conduit to them to get to whatever the breakthrough is that they were seeking. That's all you are. That's all you ever were supposed to be. And so for that person to, out of integrity, show up, it's just a problem. But you don't have to worry about it because struggle is going to continue to find them. And you know that the other problem with social media is that people are so accustomed to acting as if and showing up better than they really are. And so as a result of that, they give the false impression online that they've got it going on when around the, and behind the scenes, they're struggling. But they can't let everybody know that they're struggling. So instead, they act as if everything is okay. Listen, the word says, touch not my anointed, do my prophet no harm. You are a prophet. Right now, in this moment, you are a prophet. So know that God's got you and he's going to cover you. First of all, know that God is your source, right? Don't rely on man for anything. Seek only God, right? Matthew 6:33. Seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all things shall be added unto you. Not some things sometimes, but all things. So even this client who hasn't paid for the services that you render to them will be added unto you. I remember, and like I said, I've got, I don't know, maybe 10 people I could call their names off right now just because I know my business that owe me money. But I'm not harassing any of them. They know they owe me money. And that's why whatever struggle they are experiencing, because they're out of integrity. I'm not talking about those who know that they owe me money and have made an arrangement with me. I'm talking about those who are shirking their responsibility and thinking that they are doing something, that they're doing something by acting as if they never enrolled in the program. Right? But let's also talk about that. So for the work that you do, make sure that you have people sign legally binding agreements. I have an agreement. My coaching agreement is like 12 pages. That thing is airtight. If I wanted to, I could sue anybody right now who owes me money. I could. I often choose not to. And I probably should, quite honestly, because I'm letting them off. I'm letting them think it's okay to do people that way. But I could sue anyone because I have a really tight contract and we have everyone we work with sign it. Not under the expectation that we're going to have to ever enforce it, but to make sure that we are protected because this is business. And if you are not operating your business like a business, you're going to set yourself up and be jacked up in the process. And this kind of stuff is going to continue to happen to you. I'm also going to do an episode on my podcast. So I put the call out last week. I just, posted the situation when it happened with my client, and several people said, yes, they want me to do an episode on it. So I am going to do an episode on it on my podcast. I just wanted to jump on today because I haven't been on live in a couple of weeks just because there's been a lot of stuff going on. We're getting ready for the Breakthrough Tour, getting ready to go out to cities. My team and I, we are on the phones, reaching out to people, getting people registered to join us in one of the cities where we're going to be. Again, we're going to be in Newark, Delaware, March the 12th. We're going to be in Atlanta, Georgia, March the 16th. We are going to be in Tyson's Corner, Virginia, so part of the DMV, on March the 21st. And we're going to be in Chicago, Illinois, outside of the Midway Airport area on March the 26th. I would love it for you to come out. Let me just really quickly talk about Breakthrough. Oh, and for those of you who are here, make sure you click on the link because I have a gift for you. Again, I believe your business should serve you. I believe your business should take you places. And right off the bat, just for watching today, just for being here today, whether you are listening to me live, you're with me live, or you're catching this in the replay, make sure you click that link and go and get your vacation voucher. It is my gift to you just for watching, because you could be doing anything with this time right now. So the fact that you are here with me, I want to reward you. I believe you should have a business that serves you. I believe your business should take you places. I want to help you to get the breakthroughs that you need to take your business to the next level, which is why I wanted to jump on and talk about the elephant in the room, right? I think that's what I'm going to call the episode of my podcast, because it is very, it is challenging to know that people enrolled in your programs, you serve them, and they haven't paid you. It's very challenging to know that. And to see them, like if you happen to be at a live event or somewhere and they're at someone else's live event, so you know that they invested money to be there and they owe you money, like that can be an awkward situation. But I don't want you to confront them in that moment and create confrontation. I want you to forgive them in that moment. And then I want you to follow up and do diligence. If you don't have a collections process, you should probably create one. Like I have a person on my team who does collection calls. When people owe us money and time goes on beyond a certain point, we start our collections process. There are some people that we have done legal action on because they've just been so disrespectful around the process and the agreement that they made, right? And it's not okay. It is not okay. And those of you who have done it, if you happen to be watching now, or if you'll watch us in the replay, and if you've ever done it, you've ever enrolled in a program and you dipped out without paying and you think you got over, you didn't. No matter how good your business is doing, know that it could be doing 10 times better and would be if you were operating in integrity. Because see, that's the thing you have to realize. Even when you think no one is watching, there's always somebody watching, right? And the things that you want, that you crave, that you're praying for, that you are desiring, are going to continue to elude you because you are not operating in integrity. And quite honestly, you're upsetting a universal law. So there's a universal law. It's called the law of circulation. And this is the Darnyelle version of it. You might want to go look it up if you want the exact isms of what the universal law says. But what the law of circulation says is that abundance is expanding at an ever increasing rate. Abundance is expanding, like constantly going around in a circle. Imagine this is abundance. This is abundance. This is always happening. It's always going on. Abundance, 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 abundance. This is abundance. And then there are things that can occur that stop the flow of abundance. Let me share some of them with you. So let's say you go out to a restaurant and you don't tip your waiter. You'll stop abundance. So it'll be like this while you're eating your food, and then you don't leave a tip and you stop abundance from happening. Let's say someone gives you a compliment and you downplay the compliment. Like you have on a nice shirt or you have on nice shoes and you're like, these old things. You stop the flow of abundance. I bet you didn't realize you were doing that, but that's what you happen to do. Guess what else is on that list? When you operate outside of integrity, that stops the flow of abundance. So abundance is moving, it's moving, it's moving. You're in integrity. All is well. As soon as you step out of integrity, you stop abundance. You stop it from flowing to you at an ever increasing rate. Listen, we live in an abundant universe. There is nothing lacking. Everything you want is already here, and everything that you want wants you, but it won't get to you when you're out of integrity. It won't come when you're out of integrity. So those of you who will listen to this message, who have ever done someone dirty, enrolled in a program, and did not honor your agreement in that program and thought you were getting over, nah, you're not getting over. You're not getting over. What you are doing is you have stopped the flow of abundance at an ever increasing rate, and you have prevented yourself from getting everything that you want. Now, it's not to say that you won't still experience some things, but it'll never be as good as it could have been had you operated and stayed in integrity. So I want you to look out for more on my podcast. I'm going to go much deeper into this. I'm just really kind of flying off the cuff because I wanted to address it now before my podcast episode comes out, because it won't air until probably mid to late March, quite honestly, just based on what we already have projected to occur on the podcast. So I wanted to kind of give you something to keep you warm in the meantime. So a couple of reminders. So if you are here, if you are listening and have listened, make sure you say hello. So if you listen in the replay, hashtag replay so that we know you're listening to the replay. Number 2, I want you to share this to your page. You know, people that I don't know, especially either that or tag your friends that are coaches and consultants that you have. If they provide any kind of service, tag them in here, because I would like them to hear this about how to respond when people owe you money. Do your due diligence. Don't just let them off the hook, but you don't need to confront them when they're flossing on Facebook. Because again, you're going to be covered. You're going to be taken care of. And remember who your source is. Remember who has you, who's got you, who will never leave you, who will never forsake you. That's a real key to this whole thing. So that's number 1. Comment, tag anyone, share. That's number 1. Number 2, I want you to make sure that you click the link and go and get a little gift just for watching. Just my perk for you this time for watching me live. I am giving you a vacation voucher. You get to choose from Myrtle Beach, Orlando, Florida, or Las Vegas. Like, where do you want to go? I would love to send you there. I believe your business should serve you. I believe your business should take you places. So that's my gift for you. Something I'm testing out. You guys go and check it out. It's pretty cool. I've redeemed vouchers of my own for travel that Honey and I are going to do, which I'm really excited about. So that's number 2. And then number 3, I didn't really talk a lot about it, so I'm going to take a minute right now before I go to talk a little bit about the Breakthrough Tour. If you haven't already, go on to check it out and secure your seat. Our registration is increasing on a daily basis. We're going to be in 4 cities: Newark, Delaware, Atlanta, Georgia, Tysons Corner, Virginia, and Chicago, Illinois in the month of March. And we're going to be on the Breakthrough Tour. So Breakthrough in Business is my live event. It is a mindset shift and spiritual alignment incubator. It is highly experiential, highly spiritual. It is very little to do about business. I'm not teaching a lot on marketing and sales. And the reason why is because you don't need more marketing and sales strategies. You need a breakthrough. You need for your mindset to shift. You need to see yourself differently. You need to remove the fear that's keeping you from picking up the phone to close the big deal, right? I made a post yesterday where I said if you knew God had your back, you would stop playing small. You would write that book. You would reach out to the organizers of that conference so that you can be on that stage. You would pick up the phone and close that client. That's what you would do. If you are unable to do that, if fear pops in every time you look to rise up, know 2 things. Number 1, that fear always comes before your next level. And number 2, you need a breakthrough. You need to get fear out of the way. Fear is never going to go away, but you can displace fear so that it doesn't stop you from doing what you most need to do in order to go to the next level. And so during the Breakthrough Tour, I'm going to be introducing you to the Breakthrough Blueprint, which is my 3 detailed, complex step process that finally gets you in a position to be able to build the business you've been praying for. Because I know you've been praying to have a 6 or 7 figure business, right? Some of you, 6 figures for you is 100,000. Some other people, it's $250,000 or $500,000. Some of you want $1 million, 1.5, whatever the number is, it's possible for you to do it. But you're going to need a breakthrough in order to be able to make it happen. So if you know that 2019 needs to be your breakout year, I have a breakthrough with your name on it. So the URL is right here, breakthroughsinbusinessevent.com/tour. I know I gave you a lot of call to actions and I probably shouldn't give you that many. First and foremost, just go and get your vacation voucher. Let me take you places. Go and get your voucher. Get that done. And then no, it is not a timeshare presentation. No, you will not have to sit through a timeshare. It is an opportunity for you to rest and relax. Self-care is a business growth strategy. It's an opportunity for you to experience self-care. With a voucher, you'll be able to choose whichever location is closest to you or where you want to go. Especially right now in the Northeast, it's a little cold. Like we had snow earlier in the week. And so the thought of being in Orlando right now or even in Vegas would be kind of exciting, right? That would be really, really cool to be in either of those places. So anyway, was this good for you? I feel like I was just talking all over the place. So who's still here with me? So if you're still here and you thought this was good, tell me how you liked it. If you liked it, yeah, tell me something. Tell me something good. Oh, I like that quote. I like that scripture, Mika. Psalm 37:1. Fret not thyself of evildoers. Yeah. Yeah. The fact is, if people owe you money, just forgive them. Just trust that it's all going to work out, that a new client is going to show up. I remember with one person who did this to me. This was years ago. But they owed me money, and then they were suddenly in Mexico, and then right after that they were in Paris. And I'm like, how are they taking all of these trips and going to all of these places when they gotta be broke because they owe me money, right? And I just released it. I was like, you know what, God, I trust you. You gonna work it out. Do you know I ended up getting 2 new clients who paid in full, like back to back, and within the year that person came back and honored their agreement, apologized for being out of alignment, out of integrity, and honored their agreement for what they owed me, which is the best that you can hope for, right? Doing business, the cost of business sometimes is loss, right? So don't let it be lost on you. It is going to happen. If it hasn't happened yet, then good for you. But it will happen. The longer you stay in business, the more it will happen. But know that it is the cost of doing business. But there is a way to recoup. There is a way to get double for your trouble when you allow your energy and your integrity to stay in alignment with God and not become outside of yourself just because someone has frustrated you or pissed you off. Don't let them get you like that. No, it's not worth it. It's never worth it. It's never worth it. It's never worth it. Thank you, Sheila. Thank you so much for telling me that you enjoy this, that it's always good to get words of motivation and encouragement. Appreciate that. Put that up here so everybody can see what Sheila had to say. Let's put it up there. I might need to change that font because you can barely see it. But all right, guys, I'm going to boogie. Go and get your vacation voucher. And when you get it, let me know where you're going. Like, I want to see where you're going. I know that you're going to have a blast. And for those of you who've already registered for the Breakthrough Tour, I can't wait to see you next month. If you haven't registered yet, go to breakthroughandbusinessevent.com/tour. All right, guys, love you much. I'll see you next time. Until then, be better, be stronger, more than anything, be incredible. Take care.